welcome to the Team Sailing Podcast, the Crow's Nest, where you get a bird's eye view of everything that's on the horizon. We hope you've been really enjoying this as much as we have so far, and hopefully you're getting some good information from watching. We're going to tell you about a few things that are coming up for Team Sailing. First is our yearly goals.
Yeah, so our yearly goals we go over every time. We are working on these. We're heading into the last quarter of the year, just our last 3 months to get these goals accomplished. The first one is that customer count of 5% growth, trying to make sure we grow the salons and do customers and see improvement there. Another one is marketing. We're really focused on marketing. I think going into our last quarter of the year, a lot of opportunities with trunk or treats and getting involved during Thanksgiving and Christmas, and really keep a lookout for some marketing opportunities. Just getting out there with a sign, banners, and getting involved in your community. Really, really important. It grows the salon, and a lot of times it can be a lot of fun too. So look for opportunities with that. And if you have ideas, definitely reach out to your GM, reach out to me. We'd love to fund some different things and get involved. So yeah. Our last goal, Core 4. Core 4, most of y'all know by now, I hope. We're really trying to build strong teams, have stylists that really know what team sailing is all about, what Great Clips is all about, and having that strong 4 stylists in your salon really creates some good momentum. And just focusing on that technical training, that skill set, delivering the brand, that's really what we're trying to do.
Absolutely. This month's theme is Eager for Success. So of course, I'm going to bring up that position binder again. It's a great time to go through the position binder if you're a stylist, just to see if you want to pick up some extracurricular activities. Get together as a team to make a game plan for the holiday season. We all know that it's coming and it's going to be busy, but it's going to be fun, and having a game plan set for, what kind of marketing you're going to want to do, what kind of events you're going to want to do, what you're going to want to do in salon contests, stuff like that. It's good to have a game plan, and getting everyone involved makes it to where they feel like a part of everything. So have mock consultations to really elevate your consultation skills. Since it's a little bit slower this month, it gives you some time to do that. We also have a really awesome stylist development coming up on the 14th of October from 1 to 4, where we're going to be going over some consultation advice. And then really push those Google reviews for your salon. That's a great way to help grow the salon and get success through your doors. And a great one is practice your 3-reason elevator pitch for why to keep coming to Great Clips. Make sure to mention online check-in, Ready Next text, and OCI. That way customers know that we're the best.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like, at least as a customer, I'm looking for a stylist who listens. I'm looking for that same consistent quality haircut, and I'm looking for the convenience of the app and the check-in process. And, I'm someone who wants to be in and out, and I think a lot of our customers are kind of similar. Absolutely. Do you have your 3 for like a stylist? What would be your 3? Why Great Clips?
So for me, I would talk about clip notes specifically, because that's something that's helped me a lot. I can't remember everyone's haircut. I know everyone else can't either. So that's one of my favorite things, especially, a lot of my customers will come back and say like, oh, I'm so glad that you put that in there, because I never remember what I want. And new customers really like that. And then same for online check-in. That's one of my favorite ones, because of the fact that, everyone loves online check-in. So I think my third one would be, I'm here. No, I'd probably mention like the culture of the team and, what the feel of the salon is, because I think that that's really important to customers too. Awesome. And then last but not least, for Eager for Success, we have something really exciting coming up this month on the 24th at 2 p.m. We're going to be doing a live fashion grab. We're going to call it the Team Sailing Fashion Hall, I think. Name's TBD. But we're going to have about 3 different outfits that you can choose from, and you can order them at a much lower cost than you would normally get them for. So look forward to that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this idea. So Mandy, if y'all know Mandy, general manager, she's going to be taking lead. She's our head of professionalism. And, we have this idea to make it easier to get some professional attire, and hopefully at a cheaper price. And so we're going to be putting it together, and it'll be as easy as tune in for the fashion show. Let us know which outfits you want, and we can do a payroll deduction, and, hopefully up some game on apparel and things like that, and find some, cute outfits, absolutely. I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun getting cute outfits for a cheaper price. So
Yep. All right. Awesome. So I'm going to go over the dates for the Compass. We got some exciting stuff coming this month. October 1st from 10 to 12, we have our connection meeting right off the gate. Chase and I will be there. We'll be looking forward to celebrating anniversaries with y'all. We have some new prizes, some exciting stuff for you guys. So if it's your anniversary in September or October, we would love to see you October 1st, 10 to 12, the connection meeting. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Come see me.
Yeah. October 7th, we've got our product lead class. Product lead class is really great. We go through inventory best practices. We talk about what it takes to be a product lead. Really a great class for anyone who's already in the position of product lead or wants to be. It is required to step into that position generally. And for management, it's a great opportunity to go in a deep dive on how to do inventory and best practices around product. Really exciting. So that's what product lead class is all about. You just need to bring notes, and I bring your salon report and everything. What's really important is that you don't surprise and show up. You really got to let your GM know you're planning to come so that I know what to print for you ahead of time.
Absolutely.
October 8th, we've got our continuing education class. Just a reminder, we do this class every few months. It is to get your CE credit. It's not a paid class, but you also don't have to pay for it. So you essentially get to get your continuing education credit for no charge. We are reworking it slightly. Miss Anita from SA Crossing is going to be teaching the class this time, and we're really looking forward to it. So if you'd like to go to get your continuing education credit checked off, it's going to be October 8th.
Real quick, it does take about 24 hours for that to register in the system. So when you finish the class, you'll want to wait until the next afternoon to go ahead and apply for your license.
Right, great point. All right, and then October 8th to 10th, we've got Zone. Technically, it's the 9th and 10th, but on the 8th, a lot of managers will be traveling. About half the management team will be out of town for October 8th to 10th. So just kind of a reminder, your manager may be out of town. It may be a little bit harder to approve some requests for that week. But yeah, 8th to 10th is going to be Zone. Really exciting. Looking forward to learning some new materials, see what Great Clips did this year and what's coming down the pipeline. So really exciting. On the 14th, we've got from 10 to 1 our foundational haircut assessment. Really important that you all bring your tools for this one. You're going to need to complete 6 haircuts on a mannequin. It is part of our certification process to get your Great Clip certification. You show up, you do your 6 haircuts. It's a big part of getting that 25-cent raise and really showing off your skills. Do you want to talk a little more about that?
Yeah, so it's TDLR style, or state board style. So you come in, we give you your mannequin, you get your clip notes, and then you will do each haircut one at a time. When you finish, you raise your hand. One of the GMs comes over and checks your haircut. We don't tell you anything right off the bat. We just ask you to do the next haircut, and then at the end, once you've finished all 6, you will find out if you got certified, or you'll receive feedback on what you need to improve on. And at some point throughout those 6 haircuts, when you're in between 2 of them, one of us will take you back and show you 2 to 3 haircuts that are redos, and we'll ask you to tell us how you would fix that redo.
Yeah, it's a really great class. Has a lot of good energy and great feedback. So we're going to be closing an hour early on Halloween. Really excited about this one.
It's my favorite holiday.
Yeah, so instead of 8 p.m., we'll be closing at 7. We hope that it gives you all a little extra time to be with family, spend that holiday with your kids. It's very much a night event, and I think closing an hour early really helps people make it home in time to spend that night with their kids. So I'm excited to close an hour early for that reason. Outside of that, foil shavers. So we don't have a date yet for the foil shaver class. We've been trying to finalize that. Look for updates on that. I think about 8 to 10 salons did opt to do the foil shaver. So I'm really excited to kind of continue this rollout. I know a lot of y'all have kind of reached out, eager to hear more about what that timeline is going to look like. The first step is getting this class together. I don't want to say too much yet, but we have kind of organized. We know which salons have opted in, and we are going to be putting together that first class. I would expect probably like 3rd or 4th week of October. It is in the works, and more info to come on the first foil shaver class. Really excited about that.
Me too.
Yeah. So this month, another big thing coming up is performance reviews. So I just want to walk through kind of performance reviews as kind of a main topic this month. We are going to have our performance reviews basically right now, and then over the next week, your manager will be meeting with you, assuming you're a stylist or receptionist watching, and basically go over your numbers and sort of your absences, attendance, and other things. Have you been a team player over the last few months? There's like a sheet that you fill out together, and we want to know your input. Do you feel like you deserve a raise? We'd love to hear it. We do read that and factor it in. But I wanted to kind of go over what the three main factors are that we look at. First is payroll percent. The biggest thing with getting a raise is, are you doing things that are efficient, helping the company succeed, make money. Put kind of simply, if you're making the company money, the company has more money to pay you, right? And so that's part of performance reviews. We're very candid about that, and we look for 35% payroll for stylists. If you're at a slower salon, it might be a little more wiggle room, but especially if you're at a salon that's 450 plus customer count, we think that 35% is a really good bar. Assistant managers, 40%, managers, 45%. Those are kind of the payroll that we kind of look for.
The excellence.
Yeah, that would be excellence. That would, if you're in that payroll range, like as a stylist, if you're under 35%, I would say you're a good candidate to get a raise. The other two things we're going to look at is that reliability. If you have a great payroll, but you don't make it to work often, or you're late a lot, we do factor that in. We're looking at 6 months. So, if you have 5 or 6 lates, that's understandable. But if you're late every week, or you're missing shifts every week with no notice, and really putting a lot of pressure on your team to cover those shifts when you yourself aren't covering shifts, that really does get factored in, and it can get factored in a negative way, or it can get factored in a positive way, right? Like if you're someone who's covering a lot of shifts for your team, you're going the extra mile, you're staying late and helping, especially during back to school or things like that, we do look at those things too when it comes to performance reviews. The third factor is being a team player, and we really mean like those non-floor responsibilities. Basically, are you the stylist that is stopping your haircut to check people in and answer the phone? Or are you the stylist that's staying late to do duties and making sure those things get done, prioritizing the cleanliness of the salon? Or are you the kind of stylist that's relying on your team to do all of that, and you're the person that's on your phone more often than helping clean the product shelf, or just keep the salon looking nice? It is a team effort, and we try to really look for those that are doing their share and maybe a little more, because that's really what makes the salon successful. And also, if you're someone who's not doing your fair share, it's a lot easier to hit your numbers, right? So I think there's a part there too, where we want to try to keep things fair when it comes to the payroll percent, when it comes to the team player aspects. And we also look at loyalty, right? So if you've been with Team Selling a long time, we factor that in on getting a raise as well. So anything else you want to touch on with the raises?
I think that you did a great job.
Okay, awesome. So those decisions will be made on October 21st, and that means it's going to go effect that Saturday right after performance reviews. So you'll see those on your check, that following check. And yeah, that's what's going on.
November 14th is when
the first check.
The first check, yeah.
Perfect. All right. So I'm going to pass it over to Chase.
All right, so the other big topic we have is it's Slowtober. Slowtober is upon us. It's time for some Halloween cleaning. We want to make those salons look scary good. So TDLR has been making their rounds. They've stopped at several of our locations in the last month or so, and there's a few common violations that they've been noticing. Not sweeping after every haircut, or going to the back after a haircut. I personally have been I've been guilty, absolutely guilty of going to the back to do something before sweeping up my hair. And just remember that that's a big fine they'll hit you with. Hair in the soapy water and the sanitizer, or not having them prepared at all. We've had some salons that didn't even have them out, some that had almost a whole haircut in there. So make sure that you're cleaning out that soapy water, remaking it whenever it gets hairy, making sure that it's there to use whenever you need it. And then even worse, no more in there. So and then hair in the shampoo bowls, that's another one. We all know it happens. Whenever you finish your customer, just make sure to grab it out with a neck strip and throw it away. It's real easy to do it that way, and then you don't have to worry about it. And then of course, no license on the station, or no photo on the license, or a photo that's older than 10 years on their license. And then another thing is, sometimes they'll put it up and they'll have one of their tools or their guards covering up their license. That's another violation that we're seeing. So make sure that you have your license on your station, that your photo has been updated within the last 10 years, and that it's not covered up by any of your tools or anything.
Great. Yeah, I think it's really important. Team Selling's had a great reputation with TDLR, and I'd really like to keep it that way. And I think we kind of get a little used to the same routine, and then certain things stop happening, and hair's in more places than it probably should be. And so if we can tighten it up a little bit during October, I think it'll really help us have that great reputation, when it comes to the cleanliness and TDLR.
Absolutely. And then, big tip of all is get out those deep cleaning checklists. And now's a great time to hit it. So make a contest out of it. See who can do the most stuff.
Yeah, good tips.
And then, of course, tip of the month. This is from Christina. She's an area manager. I'm sure most of y'all have met her. Her tip is you've got that stylist in your salon who's always on their phone, who's always on TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and they're probably making content to put out there. Ask them to make silly videos in the salon to post, or you post them on neighborhood pages, tag the salon, put it on the neighborhood apps like Nextdoor, stuff like that. It helps get the salon a little bit more attention, and then they're using their phone in a more productive way. So, yeah.
Great.
Just a couple more updates. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Brett.
Okay, so just make sure we're taking good care of the salons. We talked about this in a manager meeting, but Great Clips Corporate has been a lot more strict on nicks on the station. A lot of salons haven't had those, like the black tool holder that goes in the station.
The cups.
Yeah, make sure those don't get thrown away, guys. We do have to rebuy them. Corporate does require them as part of the look of the salon, and so if they're inconvenient or something like that, talk to your GM. But overall, make sure they don't get thrown away because they are expensive, and
we'll come back and put them back in your salon
right.
anyways. So
and it's just going to cost us extra money because it is a requirement. When stations get chipped, it's really hard to replace them. There's very few things that fix that, and so we often have to buy the whole top, which can be a couple $100 sometimes. So be careful, especially with your hot tools. Make sure the hot tools aren't touching those surfaces and leaving burn marks. We had a couple salons where the mannequin clamps, if you really tighten it onto the station directly, it can leave that pressed in look,
or it chips when you pull it. It'll chip the vinyl too.
Right. So just make sure you put a towel between the countertop and the station top when you're using those mannequin stands, and if you're gonna tighten it, don't go too tight, and when you take it off, don't just pull it off. You gotta
untwist it.
Right. You gotta untwist it a bit. So just be mindful, basically. Try not to slam cabinets and drawers. I think that if things need to be replaced, slamming something isn't gonna help the situation. So just
don't
be mindful.
Angsty teenagers, okay? Right. Just bug us about the need to be fixed.
We will get it fixed. We've been really on top of maintenance, and we want to do that, but we also have to work as a team and be mindful of the equipment we're using.
Yeah, Lowe's amazing.
Great. Chase, we're looking for trainers.
Yeah, so we have an opening in the training position. We're looking for about 4 people that are willing to do training with Team Sailing. There's a couple of things that entails. You might be teaching a class or 2 every month. You would be doing side-by-side shifts on the floor with another stylist who's needing training to help them get in-person advice on real people. And if you're interested in that, reach out to me. We just sent out a flyer to the salon, but I can put my phone number in the comments on this video as well. So
perfect. Yeah, it's a great opportunity to do some classes and help stylists. And if you're passionate about training, definitely reach out to Chase. We'll be doing some interviews over the next couple weeks.
Absolutely. We're going to do them all on one day. And so we're gathering names right now. And as soon as we have enough names, we're finishing it on the 10th. So you have to reach out by the 10th of October. And then on that day, we'll reach out to everyone and let them know when we're going to be doing their interviews.
Awesome. Great. Recognition. I want to recognize a few salons. We've been doing the numbers each week, and I think there's so many people to recognize, so many good things, but I want to kind of focus on our top 5 performing salons, because I think that HEB 306, y'all are often number 1. You guys kill it. I think y'all are amazing. The hard work that you guys put in, Tish, manager, you guys do a great job, and it always impresses everyone, to see you guys at the top. Number 2 and 3 sometimes live in your shadow, right? And so Sunset Ridge, West Point Village, usually number 2 and 3 when it comes to the rankings. And Sunset Ridge, I've been seeing you guys hit 600 consistently, often 8 or more excellence. I mean, it's just amazing seeing that salon grow. We've had a couple new team members there, and Rosalind, Eddie, Stephanie, the management there just does a phenomenal job. And then West Point, right there, New Braunfels as well. Miss Gotti, the manager, and Danny, assistant manager, Y'all do such an awesome job, and often are in that 600 range as well, and just really impressed with that. And then kind of our big five, as I was kind of calling it with Chase leading into this call, Paulo and Wilderness Oaks, also just incredible salons. Paulo with Cecilia as manager, and then Barbie and Giselle helping as assistants. You guys just do an awesome job on the south side, and really just deliver great service, and it's just impressive to see how much that salon's grown this year. And then Wilderness Oaks, usually our number one, the queens of excellence. I think it was 10.5 this week, if I recall. And just you realize y'all do such a good job when it comes to just the number of excellence you bring to the table. Kim Phillips is the manager there, and then Carly is assistant manager. Y'all just run a really tight ship, and the styles there, like, y'all are just very efficient and on it, and we appreciate that. So great job, Wilderness. That's our big five. I want to challenge the other salons. Can you break into the big five, and maybe we'll make this a recurring thing. But but yeah, shout out. Maybe Days of Vala, you guys are right there too. There's a few salons right on the cusp, so maybe we'll see if the same five get mentioned next week. But congrats to you five, and awesome job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of it this month. Chase and I, had a lot to get ready for, and we're really enjoying putting this together each month, and we hope that you guys tune in with us next time and look for more updates when it comes to the fashion grab and the foil shavers, and we hope to see you all out there with those trunk or treats and some cute pictures. Maybe we'll get some teams dressing up. I don't think we put anything official out, but we always like to do prizes. So
I love that.
Submit some photos for Halloween, and we will see them on Facebook and comment, and maybe we'll have some prizes and stuff too. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, anything else you want to add?
I think that's it. I hope y'all have a wonderful October. I'm excited to see y'all at all these awesome class opportunities that we have coming up.
All right, have a good October, everyone. Bye.